So it came to my attention today. I kind of realized this morning that it's been 2 months since I last did a draft video. It's been 2 months. The last two videos I did were on the same day, November 27th. And it was my top five quarterbacks and my top five top five wide receivers, my apologies. And I realized today that if those are my last two videos that I posted about the NFL draft, with this being a draft channel, and my opinion has changed quite a bit on those two positions, that rather than try to do one video where I update the quarterbacks, one video where I update the wide receivers, why don't I just update them both in one video and save everybody a whole bunch of time? So yes, doing a video like I did in November is tricky because one of the players I had in my top five wide receivers didn't declare for the draft. Corey Davis decided to stay a year at Western Michigan, earn more draft rep, and unfortunately, the lesser talent at the receiver position at Western Michigan, Daniel Braverman, was the one that declared, and not the one that everyone wanted, Corey Davis. Looking at my quarterbacks, back then I hadn't watched any tape on Carson Wentz. I've now watched 6 games on Wentz. I've watched more Paxton Lynch tape. And at this point, I have watched enough tape on other quarterbacks that Christian Hackenberg is no longer in my top 5. I don't even think he's in my top 8. I wouldn't know. I only keep a top 5. So without further ado, I will leave the links to the other videos below. But we're going to talk about the top 5 quarterbacks and top 5 wide receivers, version 2. Now, again, I'm going to go really in depth for this because I can, and you will probably get a video about the running backs later this week. I'll record it today, but you'll get it later this week. I need to think of something where I can get the videos to you and not so few and far between while still maximizing the amount of output. So, number one quarterback last time, Jared Goff. Number one quarterback this time, it's still Jared Goff. He's my number 2 overall player. I don't see that changing. He really made the best out of a bad situation at Cal. I know, I'm a Cal fan. There was no talent on that team. Okay? If my Eagles drafted at number 2 or number 1, which unfortunately we don't because we sucked so bad at sucking that we finished 13th. Anyways, whether it's Cleveland at 2, Dallas at 4, LA, whoever gets Jared Goff, they're getting a franchise quarterback. They are. Cal had no talent, and he got them 7 wins. And I'll take that. I'll take that every day. Number 2, the biggest riser in this process, because as I said, I hadn't watched any film on him as of 2 months ago. Carson Wentz out of North Dakota State. The guy is 6'6", he's 235, he can run, he can throw, and he's good at just about everything. Do I think that he's a top 5 player? Do I think that the Browns should take him at 2? No. Do I think the Cowboys should take him at 4? No. He's my 10th overall player. I think I may have overrated him just a bit, but I do still think he's really good. San Francisco at 7 would be the absolute earliest he should go. Other teams I would consider for him would be New Orleans at 13, the Rams at 15, I think, or not New Orleans at 13. That's where Philly picks. Anyway, wherever New Orleans picks, Philly at 13 and the Rams at 15. I'm not sure if I got the order right, but you guys know. I've been too busy to look at draft order and shit. Yeah. Oh, and I don't think he gets to Houston at 22. Who might get to 22 for Houston? Paxton Lynch. Last time he was my number 2 quarterback. I like Wentz a little bit more than Lynch because there's a little bit more of a leadership factor with Wentz. He's led North Dakota State to two national titles. Paxton Lynch, he faced some really good teams. He faced Ole Miss and the American Athletic Conference. I always forget what they're called. They weren't bad this year. They really weren't. Um, I just I get kind of scared with those really big quarterbacks. Even though I've liked a lot of them over the years, I really thought that guys like Nick Foles and Brock Osweiler were good quarterbacks. And then Nick Foles got drafted by Philly. Number 4, this one is going to surprise a lot because it's not Connor Cook. And it's not Hackenberg. And it's not Cardale Jones. It's actually a guy that I don't see get a lot of buzz. I see a lot of 5th to 7th round buzz on him. I get it. He's a little bit old. Brandon Doughty from Western Kentucky. Yes, he's 24 years old. Yes, he was in an air raid offense at Western Kentucky. But the guy's got good size. He's got good arm. He's a little bit mobile. I just think that honestly, he's got more arm strength than Cook. He's more accurate than Cook. I think he's more reliable than Cook. And then rounding out the top 5 is Connor Cook. Listen, Connor Cook is a good quarterback, but the fact that he wasn't a captain at Michigan State because his teammates didn't like him, and we all know what happened when they beat Iowa. He kind of shoved Archie Griffin aside, which is not something you should do. Listen, I get it. Why is an Ohio State guy presenting Michigan State with the championship? Still, don't do it. No. Good God, no. So there's the top 5 quarterbacks as we quickly segue into the wide receivers. Let me just say this. The wide receiver classes the last couple of years have been absolutely insane. 2014 with Beckham and Watkins and Evans and Cooks and Martavis Bryant and Kelvin Benjamin, and last year Kevin White, who I hope plays soon, Devin Funchess, Amari Cooper, and like really good wide receiver. I don't see anything like that in this year's class. There are going to be a lot taken early. Yeah, these guys are all in my top 50 players, but there's no like receiver I'd feel comfortable taking if I had the 5th pick. And that's been the thing the last couple years. Like names like Beckham and Amari Cooper and Sammy Watkins and Mike Evans, like all of them were like top 5 talents, and there aren't any this year. There aren't. Laquan Treadwell is my highest ranked guy, so I have my big board right in front of me. He is my highest ranked receiver at 13th. And then, yeah, so there you go. He's obviously my number 1. And then my number 2, as I reopen my top positions, my number 2 is Josh Doctson out of TCU, and that's stretching it. Like, to me, 2 through 5 are almost identical. Josh Doctson, tall, he's 6'3", small, he's 190. He weighs less than me. I'm 6'2" and 220. And I've played receiver. 3, Michael Thomas from Ohio State. Good receiver, never going to be a number 1. High-end number 2. Corey Coleman, fast as all fuck. Not great route runner. Decent hands. Tyler Boyd from Pittsburgh. He's good. Like, when I say I mean, I'm not saying that these guys are like bums. I mean, it's like there's nothing special about them. There's no special talent in this wide receiver pool. And then I actually have a tie from a number 5 receiver, and it's Will Fuller from Notre Dame, who, by the way, has stone hands. He's just really fast, and if he can improve on catching the fucking ball, he'd be good. I kind of compare him to Ted Ginn. I think that says just about all it has to. So anyways, that's the updated 2.0 top 5 quarterbacks, top 5 wide receivers. The links to the old one, if you want to compare, are in the description below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Leave me your feedback. I always love hearing what you guys think. And yeah, I will catch you guys later.